It's a best of 5. These are your players in the tail of the tape in the winner bracket quarterfinal of B Cup 16. On this patch, it is 7-3 in favor of 120. Historically, it's pretty damn close with the 47-35. These guys... How is... That can't be true. Why is 120 third in the race? Is Labby above 120 currently? Hell yeah, he is. 120 has dropped quite some MMR. Loses to Soin especially. Also big losses to Sok. Got him some MMR losses. And Moon is on a steady rise. So can he overcome 120? Or will this be a little different here today? We got 120 on the left hand side of Turtle Rock. We got Moon on the right hand side of Turtle Rock. And I don't have my overlay, and I don't know why you see it, but I don't see mine. Ah, there we go. So who starts better into the series is the question. Who can go into the series with momentum, as this is the neutral map, and then from there on out it's loser's choice. So it's quite important, especially if a 5th map would then eventually be on your map. 120 for a long time I said, yo, Stolateman, thank you for the raid. For quite some time I said 120's matchup versus Night Elf isn't that great, but it just paled in comparison to the one of Happy. In itself, it's quite tremendous, to be honest. It was for a long time less tempo heavy and more late game oriented. Heman Dunter, thank you for the tier 1 sub. But that has changed. Nowadays, it's the other way around. There's so often 120 and Happy approach this matchup quite differently. So while Happy is going for more expansion plays and ultra late game, 120 is the one who pushes the timings forward and try to be as aggressive as possible, as early as possible. So this is what we're up against. For Moon, he has to rely on the Demon Hunter. I think the past couple of weeks have shown once again, if you want to have success versus Undead, it has to go via a Demon Hunter. And oftentimes also expansions. Moon already flexing with a little bit of a body block. Love to see it, love to see it. Seems to be in good shape. Acolyte not even trying to get close, as then the Forest Troll would throw the Ensnare, and then you lose the Acolyte, and that's a little XP boost to the Demon Hunter, and that's level 2, and it's not that fantastic. Interesting to see, it is not Immolation, it is Evasion first to save some HP. I think this will then be a pure mana burn build. As usually, Immolation scales. These trolls don't have Ensnare. It's not a trapper. I've only cast Turtle Rock for like 18 years. So whatever! Whatever! What was I about to say? Yeah, on Turtle Rock, the creeps are not that close to each other. Like a Murloc camp on Echo Isles, for example. So Immolation not that effective. So we take out the turtles. Moon trying to be aggressive, trying to fight 120. Here he has success, but a little bit too late. We have a big inventory already for 120 skeleton. There's only one. You don't want to detonate against one skeleton. It's just not effective enough to justify the cost. But we have a circlet. We have 2 rings of superiority. We got claws. Like this DK is living the life. Moon, on the other hand, exchanged some stuff for the boots to be able to constantly threaten this DK, which it does already, down to 50%. Plus a little bit of damage, plus a little bit of HP. Nice deny via Ritual Dagger. This has been implemented into the Undead play to take XP away, and it's quite nice to see both players on top of their game for now. Tech by 120, Moon's base not under threat, and I think this is the first checkmark for Moon. Early game, survived without getting the Wisp harassed or the base raided. But now he has to make steps towards level 3 because the level 2 mana burn is what you want, is what you need. Ideally, of course, with a couple of items. And the HP items, I think, are really good Physical damage doesn't harm the Demon Hunter that much as his armor values are so high, but he's always susceptible to Coil Nova. Oh, Moon arrives with a ghoul kill right there. 1-0 is in a little bit of trouble. Moon reading 1-0 quite nicely and re-engaging here. Yeah, the armor value is always high, so physical damage isn't that good, but he falls to Coil Nova. And the best thing to have against Coil Nova is HP. Or against nukes in general. And the gauntlets give them a little bit of HP.
A player's forces are under attack.
Hunter Soul is up. Lore, tier 3 tech. Hard to expand here on Turtle Rock. He had an invisible archer there. Good call, Ozonix. Sonic, welcome, welcome. Here we go. Level 2 mana burn unlocked with a Ring of Regeneration, which is always quite nice to save some moon juice. And Naga second this time with the wrong read, or willing to go to the shop to buy something? Telestaff maybe? Nah, just checking where 1-0 is. Excluding that creep spot from the list. Also aiming for the red spot. He sees the ghoul movement now. Indicate he stole the Tomb of Strength as well, so it's even more. Nice, good call, chat. Thank you for supporting me. Good interception by Moon with the Naga frost arrows on. That is -1 ghoul. That's -2 ghouls. The detonate comes in. That's -2 skeletons. And I think a lot of people said, Moon's washed, Moon's washed. He doesn't have it anymore. But the first 6 minutes, almost 7 minutes of this game, he's looking clean. He's looking good. But of course, we all know that there's one Doom push coming, and this is when this building goes for the Frenzy upgrade. And once it's finished, you want to be in the Night Elf base. So far, so good. Moon also with a solid creep route. This time it's 1-0, reading the game pretty much perfectly. Oh, we have a Wisp. Can he detonate? Oh, he doesn't even need to detonate to prevent a coil. Got him! Ancient of War will fall, but that's fine. Invo Potion on the Demon Hunter threatens the DK right away. Turtles are helping too, and 1-0 just an inch too late. And Nova isn't that effective. Demon Hunter was burned already. Love the Wisp movement. Threatening a detonate. Goes onto the statue. No coil. He gets the Nova though to prevent the level 2 Naga. This was important. And we have arrived on tier 3. This is the upgrade that everybody's waiting for. But 1-0, what's really left for this push? I see one ghoul in the main because the rest has already been pulled. So it's 5 ghouls. Naga is severely underleveled though. He can't rely on the Fork Lightning. He doesn't have Mana Shield. And 1-0 gets the best item he could have possibly found with a big Mana Potion. Moon now. Decision making needs to be on top. Scroll of TP. Oh, the Ogre Lord is not even touched yet. Moon struggles. We also don't have bears. Is 1-0's push at the 9 minute? It's hit so precisely at 9 minutes. Demon Hunter is hurt. He got an orb, so that's good. We don't see any backpack. Wave. Oh boy. Demon Hunter gets the item. More HP, more armor. Moon loses the Moon Well. Can't go up at 50. Demon Hunter at the Moon Wells is healthy now again. Would love to have a redo. Gets a redo. Destroy upgrade is finished. Not morphed just yet. So this is free, basically free healing for 1-0. Now would love to have the immolation against the ghouls, but the positioning by Moon and the Dryads is pretty much perfect. Wow. What a hold. How easy that was. The Destroyer seems to be a little bit too late. Still gotta be careful. Moon has an Invo Potion. Don't play it too close to the edge. 1-0 did a good job in luring Moon out of range of Moonwell's. DK diving deep now, and he just leaves the game as he sees that he's running into a wall. Sick defense by Moon. Sick game in general by Moon. Cutting 1-0 off pretty much right away. Was never able to unfold the play. The creep route didn't work. The creep jacks didn't work. And this was pretty much as clean as it gets. 1-0 again shows This is not world champion caliber. 1-0, use big mana. Moon burned immediately. Sick. Helm of Valor, nice item of course as well. But this wasn't determined by items. This was great play by Moon. And this is the matchup where like he's getting battered by Happy for years now. Super good. This was not a match that was decided by a fight necessarily. This was mostly where do I have to be on the map to do what I want to accomplish. Stopping 1-2-0's creeping. Intercepting ghouls. Creeping up to level 3 and get the necessary items. And then 1-2-0's push wasn't strong enough. Boom. Simple as that. Simple as that. Ooh, this might come as quite a surprise to a lot of people, I gotta say. Ooh.
Almost 365 consecutive streaming days is tough biceps.
Tough biceps indeed. Thank you, Sonic, for the 1,000 bits. Glad you love us still after all these years. Glad you're willing to support. If you guys want to support us as well for what we're doing here, for bringing you the best Warcraft 3 from all around the globe, back to warcraft.com/support. If you have a Prime sub lying around, we gladly take it before it goes to waste, takes the money up of Amazon's pocket straight into ours. That's a good Umverteilung, as we say in German. Can Moon replicate this performance? Skimmy with the 5 gifties. High five, my dude. Doing the community service and preventing 5 members of the community from the ads that are coming right now. So if I read this correctly, they will be going to KK now. And then the game should be starting in a bit. Quite impressive, huh? Quite impressive. DK was constantly out of mana. Lich level 1 Nova is really not the biggest of deals if it doesn't lead to a surround or anything, which wasn't the case. Items by 1-0 were a bit disappointing too. Yeah, I think nobody can criticize Moon too much for what we've just seen. That is impressive. Yes, I agree. The last battle between them was a 3-0. It's been quite some time. Wait, I joined the wrong game apparently. Before that, Moon won a best of 1. They're giving each other quite a run. It's very one-sided series, actually. Chopper with the 5 gifties as well. Love it, love it, love it. There's 2 cool nicknames here. Kleiner Ganove, find that very sweet. And mach nicht diesen. Nice to see cool nicknames here. And nice to see the support. More people protected from the advertisements for an entire month. Very social of you, everybody. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Amazing support. You guys are wonderful. And this was only map 1 for the day. For a packed day where Carson is gonna welcome you later for the weekly finals. Hey, Mouse, what's up? And then soon, you're gonna get a bit more Carson, especially next weekend, because we have the DWCC Western qualifiers on the Saturdays and Sundays. So this is gonna be very, very cool too. $1,100 for a Western qualifier. Gonna be amazing. Arkancius, thank you for the sub. Man, I can't wipe that smile off my face. What's going on? Just the constant flux of support. Feels so good. Feels so good. What's also feeling good is that we're loading into the game. It is going to be springtime. This is 120's first pick. The 120 fans should certainly worry. It feels like, yes, he's trying to play this matchup with a lot of tempo. I gotta check that this overlay works. I'm not sure about that, to be honest. It's not. Might have to restart. What happened with the models? I was touching grass recently. Exclamation mark Kenshin, a community member, has gathered a lot of models that were available and did some himself and put them all into one pack that everybody can download for free and use everywhere. It doesn't matter if you're playing on Battle.net or War 3 Champions or whatever you're doing. It's freaking great. Exclamation mark Kenshin. So now we are on the KK server, and I'm a bit worried that our overlay doesn't work. I gave it a spin, basically. Ooh. No? Are you working now, brother? What the heck? Okay, we give it one last try. Otherwise, we might not have an overlay, which is unfortunate. I know that... Huh? Ah, it's working! It's working, it's working, it's working, it's working. Was just a little lazy. On KK, we always have this issue that... Hey, where are you? There you are. That these boxes don't disappear for a minute. So... just wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh, sorry, got taken away. The boxes will appear in a couple of seconds. So springtime it is with a little bit of a delay. We got Moon with the 1 and 0 on the left-hand side. And 120 struggling a little bit on the right-hand side. So it feels like he has to change it up. Maybe more evasion creeping. Maybe more mid-game aggression. Whatever he was trying to do was clearly not working. And I feel a lot of Moon's strength comes from scouting. No ghoul pull. Still trying to get rid of these boxes. Doesn't work just yet. So he always knew where 120 was. Even gambled for a Naga solo creep jack right after getting her from the tavern. So smart, smart, smart army movement. Now's the time. As the heroes will pop out. Love the new graphics. Glad you enjoy it, mate. Lots and lots of people give praise to the models. And this is quite cool. Because a lot of people said, oh, the Warcraft community is just so conservative. They don't want anything new. We do like new stuff if it's well done. And these models are certainly well done. Some more than others. But in general, quite quality. So, love to see words of appreciation. Moon doesn't have to change up much, I think. Because it was working so well. The question is, can he repeat that success? Detonating a wisp to get rid of the inner fire makes creeping a bit easier. On the cost of a wisp, of course, of a little lumber. And 120 is switching it up from the 9-minute push to an expansion here on Springtime. Interesting to see. Moon wandering around the middle. This is one of the rare instances on Springtime where the middle camp is not contested immediately. Makes sense for both though. Expansion is relatively easy to creep, doesn't give the greatest reward, but having an expansion versus Night Elf is a win condition. Maybe even the win condition. Talisman of Evasion on the Demon Hunter is excellent. Now you got all 3 spells,
Town is under siege.
including Immolation, so that is what he changed. And 120, this is a distraction push. It's obviously not designed to do major damage. But to keep Moon busy in the north, to get the second base up in the south, Moon with a sweet wisp save, for now at least. Right click of a DK is quite troublesome, but he saves the wisp again to then detonate, to take another coil away. And the Demon Hunter with some right clicks lays it in, threatening the DK. There's wisp juggling going on. Moon so far really well microed. Really well microed. Wow, I'm impressed. Oh, almost getting us around there. And these ghouls are all hurt. The DK is still hurt. It was a few wisps. Nothing groundbreaking though. Now the question is, how's Moon responding? Because the expansion is coming. And it's up. And 120 will be scaling like crazy now. Mr. Wonder Brown, nice to see you in the chat. Game 1 was a Night Elf masterclass, I would say.
A player's forces are under attack.
But lots more trouble on map 2 here. Immolation will help, but you really can't afford to lose a Moonwell here. Not good. So much damage by 120. This is almost a neck breaker early on. Arch is positioned in a way that the retreating ghouls will be welcomed by a bunch of arrows. But this means no second hero for Moon, right? It's only 1 Moonwell left. He was a bit sloppy with the Moonwell production there, which should be higher up just to gather mana during the night. And now Moon is pretty much all in. There's an Ancient Protector coming for distraction. I think it is too late already to go for a counter expansion yourself. Closing in on level 3, but 120 did a great job at distracting. Taker! Thank you, thank you. Great to see 40 people tuning into you. Well deserved, well deserved. Hope you guys had a fun time. We are watching B-Cup, the highest paying online tournament we got currently. Or regular tournament at least, with DWCC announced and starting soon. And Moon played a wonderful game 1. He's up against 120, who seems to have a swift game 2. But let's not rule Moon out just yet, as he's muscling up an attack. Ancient Protector needs some protection himself. Is up now, but no repair. Wow, that Naga getting surrounded instantly. Any chance to get her out? There's a cloak. 120 doesn't have dust, so wonderful protection. And this goes into the cost of a couple of ghouls. This might be closer than we expected.
A player's forces are under attack.
Arch is falling. Moon might be missing a little bit of punch. We have an Ancient of War here with more production. We're getting glaives. Dryad glaives against this against his second base. I don't think I've seen this before. All that 1-0 has to do, though, is go to tier 3, get the Destros out, and then he wins. Because of the tech advantage. Fascinating. Tier 2 Ballista push. Fiends will help. Just better because they can operate from range. Very good DK control so far. Running down ghouls with that immolation. And the piercing damage coming from the berserkers. Guys, I'm intrigued. Gatsu, thank you for the sub. AP is soaking up the damage. Glaive Thrower under attack. There's no Wisp here for the detonate, which would be super helpful. But then piercing damage has to do it. 1 Wisp here. 2 Wisps here, actually. Oh, wow. This is a lot of repair. 1-0 only on tier 2. This could work. This could actually work. Now even a lore to pair this with Dryads. But 1-0 has a bunch of Fiends. Moon's reposition seems pretty damn awesome. Look how safe this Glaive Thrower is. How is 1-0 supposed to reach? If this gets defended, it's well done by 1-0, but coming up with the idea, being almost 40 years old, is spectacular. First AP down though. Moon waiting for reinforcements, teching to tier 3 behind it. Due to this constant repair, 1-0 can't explode into 80 food as fast as he wants to. He has now to go into meat wagons. Yeah, when do you ever see that? Demon Hunter is not in danger of dying to a Coil Nova, as there is just no fodder for the spells. 1-0 isn't rich. He's up at 40 food though. Demon Hunter level 3 can burn. Moon is teching to bears. Skipping Dryads entirely, I think. But once again, we see how weak Glaive Throwers are in comparison. 2 Glaive Throwers can't kill a tower, even though there's 4 Acolytes repairing. But this is a hold! It was quite stressful, it was well executed, it was nicely timed out. But it wasn't enough. Moon has 1 more push left. How do you drain more resources? 1-0 only started tier 3 now, a second ago. Had to invest into a lot of stability in the mid game to keep that second base and his win condition up. With a strong Demon Hunter, everything is possible. But yeah, Moon's under pressure, everybody knows. And with 1 Coil Nova, this might just be the end. I always get quite some stuttering here, unfortunately. Sorry about that. Here's the bear, here's the redo, and there's no destroyer for a long time. Dryads against Fiends and Wagons are not really possible. It's always hero focus. Usually the big strength of the undead with Coil Nova, but Naga Demon Hunter do a lot of damage as well. This is still like 2 minutes without the spell. With the additional influx of gold by 1-0, he should maybe think about a Wand of Negotiation. Constant mana burn. Moon on top of his Demon Hunter game. And bears have arrived. Hey Link, nice to see you. I hope the flu is slowly leaving your body. And that you're feeling better. Nice mana usage. We still have the glaive throwers. Now with siege bears. Trying to get rid of the Nerubian tower. 1-0 quick with the repair. We still have more mana to burn the Lich! What's the Lich doing? 1-0, massive mistake! DK went home to get the orb, but who to give the orb to now? Oh boy, that is a huge loss of damage. But is that the end? 1-0 is still not level 3 on this DK. It is tremendous what Moon is capable of doing on one base versus 2. Wagon also being taken out. We got the roar now. Oh, that's so much. 1-0 dodging bullets with the DK. Moving the fiends forward with the bears. The bears. The bears. Not even part of this fight. Not necessary. Moon lying into the strength of the demon. Here's the invo potion. 7-second safety. More bears coming. He needs reju. So bad. Destroyers. Up though. Lifeline for 1-0 to finally get rid of that damn rejuvenation. Lich is back after a little bit of a break. Fiends exposed will certainly lead to a kill, as there's of course no coil available due to exquisite Demon Hunter play. This was a good push. This did a lot of damage. It took the Lich out, but it wasn't enough.
A player's forces are under attack.
1-0 holds on. Has now the supply lead. Has now the second base and the tier 3. What's left in the tank? One more push. Mana burn 2, of course. We got an orb on top. We got a staff on top. And we go for the red spot. The Helm of Valor helped tremendously on Turtle Rock. But an undead with an expansion is almost impossible to break. Endurance aura really good for more movement speed and more attack speed. And now the undead levels are starting to get there. When has this gold mine fully mined with 5 acolytes? Staff out, no cancel against it. Naga level 3. But so little anti-air. TP away and Moon buying more time. 1-0 buying more time. This was on the edge, guys. This was on the edge.
A player's forces are under attack.
With every passing second, 1-0 gets more resources. Now it needs a play from someone who's done nothing else but playing the game for 22 years. Against the odds. Against 3 destroyers. Oh, the focus fire is so crazy strong now. It takes sick heroes. 1-0 doesn't want to take this fight. This was surely better for Moon. Oh, if only he could have used that, saved that bear. But took care of quite some fiends here. 1-0 shall not underestimate Moon's fighting capabilities.
A player's forces are under attack.
Yeah, Moon has a massage salon. Whatever. Someone else handles that for him. He has a manager, I'm sure. Must have. He did nothing else but Warcraft. He's a real gamer. That's not a polar bear. Why is this a brown bear? Odd. Anyway, 1-0's levels are getting there. It feels like Moon is just delaying the inevitable. But Moon is putting up a fight, and with every fight, it's like, you see how good I am today? So this is 1-0's first loser's pick, right? It's because of climate change. Ah, I see. Climate change. Yeah, alright. Fair. Moon doesn't have talents. Moon doesn't have hippos. He's still at 4 accolades, by the way. Lots and lots of dryads instead. Destroyers have no mana, so maybe there is a chance. He forces a town portal again. Would be so lovely to get this abomination, but no, and now everything is affected by disease cloud. As it should after such a fight. 2 abominations as a meat shield up front. Good army composition here. The destroyers clock up the supply a little bit. Demon Hunter checking what's left. Did you leave anything behind? But no, springtime is almost empty.
A player's forces are under attack.
Moon can probably muscle up one more 80-80 fight. But 1-0 has so many items to use as well. Heal scroll, mana, invul, heal potion. And the Lich is level 4. Plus the Naga burst damage. Show me that there's a way, Moon. Fiend get their upgrade as 1-0 is maxed out. It's only upgrades left. 1.5 minutes for this mine. Almost 9 minutes for this mine. Moon will be mining this out. And then go for the fight. And it's make or break. Why not stop mining in high upkeep? We're not at high upkeep. High upkeep starts above 80 food. So both are playing at the limit. Sentry Ward's so good, man. Sentry Ward's so good. Moon is defending here. Demon Hunter 3 rings. True. 15 armor. Hard to come by. If Moon wins this fight, he might have a chance. He just might. Throws a lot of damage onto that abomination. Trades it 1-for-1 for a bear. The Demon Hunter is here to rule them all. 1-0. Barely any mana left. Naga level 5 picks a crazy punch now. Aiming for the feet once again. That's 1 kill. Reveal. 1-0 gets 2 more out on low HP.
A player's forces are under attack.
And another statue here. Moon is doing very well in every fight. And this is the Tree of Life, right? 1-0 is far away. Moon has been playing against this Expo for so long. It's a 5k gold difference. Are we witnessing a miracle? Moon would love to trade his Naga 5 for Demon 5, but we're getting there. Oftentimes a win condition. 1-0's mined out in the main, of course. Good for Moon to still have the Tree of Eternity in the main base. So the staff ends up here. You can still fully utilize the Moon Wells. And 1-0 only 4 minutes. Entangled Goldmine will still take some time. Moon has to defend a few times more.
A player's forces are under attack.
And 1-0 is kind of going all in. More destroyer morphs, but all out of mana. Demon Hunter trying to prepare this fight. Every mana burn is 1 or 2 spells not available for the big clash. He doesn't even have to go home, it's just a rejuve. One to 0 in high upkeep now. Things are getting a bit extreme. We even have Cannibalize on the Abominations. Love to see it. Solid defensive position with the heroes far in the back, so if the Demon Hunter moves in for the burn, he catches a lot of shots. Might be aiming for a statue instead. With every passing second now, the clock is ticking for Moon. 1-0 finds a ray around the Night Elf wall. Sentinel got the shields up, but 1-0 is able to turn it around. The bears are not in front. Moon has to reposition, losing some time. Demon Hunter Naga up on front. 4 abominations! That's basically 5,000 HP right there. Oh, and the Dryads clock up the little choke. The bears are not connecting as well as they have to and getting nuked. Look at the focus fire. It's crazy. 100 undead supply. Mauling away at the Night Elves. The Demon Hunter's got to carry, but the bears have all disappeared. It's only Dryads. Thankfully, Moon is the best Dryad micro player in the world, but even that might not be able to help him. He's still not level 5 on the Demon. Dryads are falling like flies. Level 5 on the DK. And 1-0 is still standing strong. He didn't win a single fight this entire game, basically. He was holding on, buying time, letting the expo pay off. But at some point, the 6,000 gold advantage makes a difference. And now Moon needs a miracle. He's still trying though. Naga might be facing death. We finally get the level 5 Demon Hunter. Oh, he would need a bear so badly. Lots of physical damage. Demon Hunter staffed. Would love to see how much Moon Juice is available. That is solid actually. Can Moon hold? He doesn't have Nature's Blessing. It's only 2 armor. Coming in with repair. Dryad. Whoo! Naga has the TP out, and with that, 1-0 must have the time to clobber down the tree. It is 2 more Dryads down, 6 supply. Moon at 35. This is unholdable at this point. But valiant effort for Moon. He made this game as hard as you possibly could. Still, 1-0 gets the W. For the Moon fans, don't lose hope. This was quite a tremendous strategy displayed by Moon with the tier 2 Berserker Glaive push. And then the fights looked crisp. Just at some point, it's too much gold. It's too much gold that you put into army. And then you get 100 supply. Undead. Too much. 1-1. That's how we like our Warcraft. 1-0. Surely struggling a bit. And the next map is Moon's map. So it should be a lot better. For the person that many people call the GOAT of Warcraft 3. Oh, I'm pleased that I have the pleasure to cast this today for you guys. Feels good. Gatsu, thank you for the sub. Again, TK, they don't disable Flow TV. They're playing on the KK platform. They only play Turtle Rock on War 3 Champions because for some reason Turtle Rock is bugged on KK or something. I kind of forgot. Where does this series go? It's the first time in a while that it's not a one-sided affair between them. As we said, it was 1-0, 3-0, 1-0, 3-0, 2-0. This is the first time since November of 2024 that both players got a map in the series. Back then, WSB semifinals 1-0 won that eventually. KK Turtle Rock allows close spawn. Ah, I did not know that, Unity. Thank you. Time for the both of the players to refresh a little bit. That is funny indeed that they still have the close spawn. Checking our Chinese broadcast colleagues at the BBC, it is gonna be Amazonia indeed. So our next game will be on the broadcast in a second once the delay is available. Time for you to check if you have a Prime sub lying around, maybe, for this beautiful channel that is bringing you high-class Warcraft action for 357 days in a row. Every day. Sometimes even twice. Sometimes even 3 times. And of course, to vote for us, because we are nominated as the best non-mainstream streamers of the year. And we need every single vote to defend the title. We won that thing last year, and we want to do it again. Show us that you love us. For my ego. Let's defend this thing. It's a beautiful trophy that's right behind this green screen that you don't see because I got that set up nicely. And I want a second one. Help us out. Exclamation mark award. If you vote for us already, maybe vote from your phone. Maybe disconnect from Wi-Fi and vote via your mobile connection. It would be incredibly lovely. It's just a straw poll, no registration. Just a straw poll. Maybe vote in real life. I said this at the beginning of the stream and also on my social. Unfortunately, when you say anything like that, it triggers a lot of people. And then we have to ban people, and that's what it is. But I guess... Dude, these mini spikes on KK are getting quite worrying. But yeah, of course, done. Hoopster, thank you for the Prime. 11 month. Let's go. Match 3. Who claims match points in the winner bracket quarterfinal? As Moon is starting on the upper right on the Night Elf map, Amazonia. It has been reintroduced to the pool, and while I was on the hate train of Amazonia for a while, all the games that I've seen since the reintroduction of Amazonia have been quite fun. And if you tell me 2 years ago that I will say that, it's fascinating. I wouldn't have believed you. I hated this map with a passion. So once again, the boxes that you see right here will be disappearing in maybe a couple of seconds. I thought it's a minute. It's exactly 90 seconds. So there it is. Link, are you trying to trigger me? TM is worse than AZ.
Players' forces are under attack.
Giannis, I went already, mate. I went already. Right after breakfast, my dude. Right after breakfast. Of course. It's a privilege.
A player's forces are under attack.
So we got a DK opener against a Demon Hunter opener. Don't deny. Thank you. Demon Hunter on the other side didn't deny either. That's the big strength here. On this map you get instant level 2 and another ring for the demon. As if he hadn't had enough rings on springtime. Definitely helped. Definitely helped.
Town is under siege.
This time, no fast expansion. You can't play fast expansion on this map. The gold mine is very well protected and also very easy to attack due to the short rush distance. And now I'm curious how 120 will change compared to map 1, where he looked quite a bit hopeless. And on this map, like the big strength of Moon on Turtle Rock was how well he read the map. And how well he was scouting and how well he was reacting to 120's moves. And this map is super small, so you don't even have to cover that much ground to get the information that you need. He got the information now that a big push is coming. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 ghouls! Good luck holding that. Demon Hunter is level 2, first archer down already. 120 is turning this map against Moon with that short rush distance that we mentioned. And archers have to dance around the ghoul fangs now. We got a Hunter's Hall coming up, so the lures will not be delayed. I like what 120 is doing here. So much pressure. He is attacking the Hunter's Hall, which seems almost impossible to kill. But look at that. He has a good shot, actually. That's so much gold. Would love to have the HP values. No! Moon has to cancel. Ouch! Okay, that hurts. How much will 120 lose in return? Not too much, actually. Archer micro seems fine, but the tech is almost done and the Hunter's Hall isn't up. That's a disaster. Moon can't produce units at the moment. He needs a second hero ASAP, but the resources for that aren't there.
A player's forces are under attack.
Two possible kills for the demon. Oh, 120 attempting a body block doesn't work. First try at least. Demon Hunter is so fast, so speedy with the boots. So much effort for a 120 gold unit. And then he moves it right past the demon. What? No way. Ah! He's fighting for the life of the ghoul for 70 seconds. And then he sends it straight to the demon. Oh, 120. This looks crisp somehow. Exclamation mark. Kenshin. Third one died on the way to Naga. Thank you, Xio. That's a lot of losses. It was still pretty impactful as it delayed the lore so much. But levels on the demon are starting to look good. Inventory as well with the slippers now on top. And the Naga had an impact. 120 is switching it up, goes for more tempo. This is surely the happy way of playing this matchup. And now Moon roaming around trying to find the undead, trying to prevent him from leveling while getting 1 or 2 more ghouls for that level 3. Don't know who got the last hit. I don't have an overlay, unfortunately. Wisp in for the skeletal detonates. But still no level 3. And 120 is obviously Tekken. And we're waiting for the frenzy push once again. constantly threatening detonates. This one could be juicy. Whoa, money! He almost got level 3 with that one. Onto the Naga we go. We do have a town portal. Committing. Body blocking. Good. Starter stepping. Now the Naga gets blocked a little bit. Moon's micro is out of this world today. So well done. Oh my god. Old man still got it. This is so impressive by Moon. Jesus, he's so good today. How many months were we sitting here like, Moon is quite washed. He doesn't have it anymore. Big mistakes. What's he doing? And then he somehow went into an hyperbolic time chamber and comes out like this. I said it at the beginning of the broadcast. This is the best Moon we've seen in months. And he shows it today. For now. Without the Naga, there's no counterplay. Demon Hunter obviously got level 3 for the higher burns. The Lich will be weak. And Moon is working on the bears that helped him so much. Usually, with a build like 1-0 is playing, you want to go for that high tempo ghoul push. Does he even have ghouls left? 5 of them. That's nothing. 1-0 is pummeling these undead heroes. With Coil Nova, he still gets some kills though. Bears here, Frenzy Ghouls here, aiming for the Naga, but swiftly moves to the side. Is there any way to save the heroes? He has no consumable 1-0. Pure microfights. But yeah, you know it. At 9 minutes, you want to be in the Night Elf base. You want to cause destruction. Here he had to defend. This is how much Moon is shifting the paradigm of these battles. Big Invo Potion. Helpful. Very efficient way of healing up that Naga. Didn't get an item. Oh, got an Invo Potion now. Alright, that allows 1-0 one more camp, one more item, and it's a Stubby Mask. More mana to burn, you could say. Demon Hunter has no mana anymore, actually. LOL! He can't burn mana because he has no mana. That is fascinating. Ghouls lost a lot of health, but the statue should be there to heal him up. But it's a bit far away, actually. Destroyer took some hits, is out of mana, not a real threat. Bear falling. 1-0 is getting quite some momentum here. Lich level 2, but is not allowed to lose him with the past Invo Potion. Gets it done. Moon still with the momentum, still with the healthy Demon Hunt. Has no staff though, so you gotta be careful. There's a lab right next to Moon's base. He could reveal. As the one... Oh, Naga! Careful now! So close! Thanks to the Frost Armor! Mana burn! Kill by Moon! Right before the TP! Naga down for the second time. The presence of mind by Moon is just a level above today. If you can't hit that Naga thanks to the Frost Armor, just use the range attack and get burned!
Players' forces are under attack.
50 foot on both sides. Naga soon level 3. Naga on 1-0 side. Has to be revived for 40 seconds. And that is some time for Moon to creep. Also 1-0. Going for another invul most likely as a mana potion. Investing into the inventory. Lich is not looking good. Demon has to burn once again, but also has to heal. He got a Care Bear here for that one redo, and now we're contesting over the mercenary camp again. Coil Nova arrives. The burn a little bit too late. Sentry Ward put down so the Fiends can't burrow. This one specifically, I mean, they can burrow, but they're still revealed, and 1-0 didn't realize this. Redo coming in as the Destroyers are not able to devour for now. Damage is done. Lich with an Invul Potion, but that only saves you for 7 seconds, and there's not gonna be a coil to heal you up. Oh, actually there is. Maybe an oversight by Moon. Couldn't burn, was still chasing the Naga, but that one gets away. But the Destroyers, they have no impact on this game. Thanks to Orbs of Venom, thanks to wonderful Dryad Slow. Amazing targeting by Moon. Gets a double kill on the Destros. Demon Hunter still at 1/3. No nuke to fear. 1-0 is completely falling apart. This fight ends in a 20-foot lead for the Night Elf. Just has to be careful with the Demon to not overstep. Gets the staff, is not risking anything. Lich is getting spear after spear after spear. This is also poison damage. Stabs back in. That allows the DK to get a potion and add another coil. But, you know, this DH, he loves to pummel that Lich. Now we fight for the shop. Invul potion at the ready. And the Demon Hunter is cleaning house. He had to choose between the two targets. Lich gets the coil. Naga can't do anything. Oh, can actually. Town Portal. But quite a disastrous fight for 1-0 for a long time. And look at this, the Town Portal. He didn't get the tickets for Fiend and statues, and these heroes barely surviving. So well done by Moon. It's just clicking today, isn't it? The Sentry Wards, fantastic. 1-0, grasping at straws now. And that's it. 1-0 taps out, Moon wins. And he makes it almost makes it look easy. He almost makes it look easy. So dominant on Turtle Rock and Amazonia. These are some of the best Night Elf vs. Undead fights that I've seen all year. And I think only Live did it better this year. You know, next week, this could be totally different. Next week, 1-0 might whoop his ass. 4-0, no chance. But today, we get the full Moon.
What a game. Wanted to play Kingdom Come Deliverance, but your cast is too good to close less than 3.
Oh, mate! That feels so good to read. Oh, man. Yeah, Kingdom Come looks incredible. Maybe it can be a second screen experience, but maybe you're just glued to your screen and follow what we do here. Very much appreciate the kind words, man. Very much appreciate the kind words. Yeah, feels good. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Whenever you have praising comments for us, we read it, we feel it. It's good. Match points Moon now. Our Chinese friends are advertising their products. Hey, BSK, what's up? Mr. BBC, Mr. Magic Yang. Mrs. I don't know her name. But yeah, this is what finances the product, the tournament. So shout out to them. Later tonight, we got the Back to Warcraft weekly, monthly finals. 7 p.m. Carson is going to be there for you. And we have fine players like Starbuck, like Dice, like Ben Cool, making his monthly final debut as a replacement for Sheik. And of course, we have 2 more series afterwards with Lawliot versus Sheik, as well as Pink and Ice Orc. Do we have some time? Are they starting? Shouldn't take too long. But a couple of minutes. We might have a couple of minutes here. So while we're here, how do I display this the best? We are working on our YouTube quite a bit. And 2 weeks ago, we kind of hit a rock bottom here on Tuesday with only, quote unquote, 28,000 views. But man, have we stepped it up since then. Basically doubled it every single day. Up to tripling the numbers. So I just want to thank everybody who's tuning into the YouTube, who's leaving comments, who's pushing us for the algorithm, or in favor of the algorithm, who leaves a comment, who leaves a like, who's watching there. Whatever we did in the past 2 weeks clearly paid off, and that's because of you watching. So thank you for that. And shout out to Out of Warcraft, doing quite a bit. What's the watch time though? This was the low point. Also doubled. Also sometimes tripled. So it's good. It's good, it's good, it's good. And of course, we still kind of want to get 100,000 subs on YouTube. You can sub for free there. It's a different sub than a Twitch sub. Because then I get a play button. And I love me some trophies. So if you don't sub yet, hit the button, please. And I'm going to bring you the next game in a bit. Because there's still a watch protection. I thought I gently circumvent that little break, but I didn't talk too long about it. Not too long. Not long enough. Sorry, not my first language. I can tell you that our next map will be concealed. And I think that's way less one-sided than either Springtime or Amazonia was. It is a good Demon Hunter map. As I'm still making my way into the game. Match points Moon. He'd be up against Starbuck or Blade tomorrow. Not tomorrow. That will be decided tomorrow. But I'm honest with you guys. If Moon plays the way he played in the first 3 maps, he's gonna win it here on Concealed Hill. It's a lot of pressure on 1-0 now. If he loses this map or the next, he's down in the lower bracket as a previous multi-time B Cup winner. He was kind of the king of B Cup for a while. Not anymore, though. Lost the crown last month. He might lose his winner bracket run today. I can't speak for anybody else, but I'm a new viewer and I discovered you through Grubby. He spoke very highly of you. Oh, thank you, Borgelman. I also speak very highly of Mr. Grubby. We have a lot of respect for each other. Actually, sent him a DM this morning telling him how much I appreciate his work. Oh, I didn't change the score. I talked so much about other shit that I didn't change the score. Whoops. There you go, guys. Sorry about that. Nothing's changing for now. And of course, welcome, Mr. Borgelman. Ooh, look at the pink wisp. So pretty. Bit off, though, from the dark red color. Anyway. DK Ghouls, as expected, the strength of 1-0 on Springtime was the fast expansion, as it is easy to do on Springtime. This creep camp, though, has Purge, has Poison, has a strong Null Overseer. It is not easy to expand at all. And for Moon, nothing's really changing. A Demon Hunter is universally good, always. And it's the question of how 1-0 approaches this. Oops, I need to finally get rid of it. These boxes. So this should play a little more similar to Turtle Rock, to the first map, in which Moon has to figure out what 1-0 is doing. 1-0 has to come up with creep routes and timings where Moon can't find him and can't react. I think the absolute foundation! Hi Toon! You absolute legend! Hi Toon is the wonderful, wonderful soul that graces us with the DWCC, the Dolphin Warcraft Championship Cup, where we have the qualifiers starting next week, everybody. It's a $27,000 tournament sponsored by HF High Toon. Can we give this guy a wall of hearts for supporting Warcraft, thinking about the Western scene, coming up with prize money for the Western scene, because he freaking deserves it. I'm not saying a word because I don't have until I have a wall of hearts. Hi Toon, another 10 gifties. There we go. That's what I love to see. Mr. Toon, you are appreciated. Hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you. I unfortunately missed what happened in the past couple of seconds. But we have a strong Demon Hunter once again with the ring and the slippers. This is the best start you could have possibly hoped for. Level 2 on the Demon is nice. Feels so good, man. Feels so good. And 1-0 can't expand, and 1-0 is quite hard. So he has the tech, no expansion. Oh, the wall of hearts is still going strong. I love it. Posse vibes today, everybody. Coil for the steal. Little bit of momentum for 1-0 here at least. Getting closer to level 3 with the oh so important Coil level 2. And now for once, 1-0 is chasing Moon and not the other way around, but only for a second because Demon Hunter. Yeah, I talked about it in the early game, how I think information gathering is the key for Moon's success. You see it here, you saw it here. He's always active on the map, trying to get as much info as possible. Second foundation, or the layer on top, is the Demon Hunter. Corayo, thank you for the tier 1 sub. Do the dino dance. I like it. I like it.
Dino Dance B2W Heart.
Yep, exactly. Lots of Dino Dance. And hi Toon Toon, what the hell with 50 gift subs for the community? Oh my god, he's getting
Long
addicted.
live WC3.
He's getting addicted, guys. He's getting addicted to gift subs. 50. That is so much support, man. You support the scene so much already. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Holy crap, it's soon time for an emote for you. Absolute massive sub bomb. Also 10 euros by Real Lordra. Long live Warcraft 3 indeed. Oh, the vibes here are so good. As Moon is having a tremendous series. That's what the community feels when one of their absolute legends is bringing his A game to nowadays competition. And I can tell you guys that Hi Toon Toon, he's not just a sponsor. He's so passionate about this. He's so involved in this. It's an amazing collaboration that I'm very, very proud of. And I don't take for granted at all. Todespunk, thank you for the 19-month. That is insane, man. That is insane. Demon Hunter struggling with level 3, but DK struggling with life. As Happy did yesterday in their series. But I don't think Moon's Harass and Moon's Skirmishes are as impactful as they were before. The ghoul healing is going strong with that first statue. Holy hell, that was good 5 minutes, guys. That was good 5 minutes. Oh, always overwhelming for a little scrub like me. Moon needs levels. And Moon needs to be aware that the timing is coming. Risky. Oh my god. Riza owns also an amazing member of the community. We share a lot of values. Thank you, Mr. Riza, for the 10 gifted subs. True indeed. You guys are mental. You guys are mental. My anxiety levels this morning were through the roof, but it's healing for now. But Moon will have issues stopping this fight, stopping this push. And without a level 3 Demon Hunter, you're not that competitive. 1-0, as far as I could see, next to all the support that we were getting here. Did struggle in the mid game for the first time in this series, really. But Bears and Reju are here. This time 1-0's destroyer timing is a lot better. Keeps the DK to the side. Has another coil at the ready. Moon waiting for more bears. If he loses the altar, not a big deal. But what about this Demon Hunter? He is not even close to level 3. Maybe Moon got a little bit confident. Too confident. Detonate is alright. And thought, okay, I can out-micro you. I out-microed you in pretty much every single fight. Demon needs another redo desperately, but the destroyer is there. It is glorious. A glorious push by 1-0. This is exactly what he needed to stay in the series. So far, so good. And this leaves Moon no choice but to tap out. For the first time, 1-0 is hitting his so feared 9-minute push. This went back and forth, and this was good exchanges. This was the 1-0 that we expected to see from map 1 on. Usually, yeah, map 1 for 1-0 is oftentimes a little bit of a botch. But also map 2 and 3 weren't that clean. Now it was clean. And Moon was missing out on a lot of levels there. Also provoked by some steals by 1-0. And now it's all tied up. And we get a decider. And this is where Warcraft is the best. And yeah, to be honest, I didn't catch the nuances in this game because of all the love, because of all the support. And when people throw their hard-earned money at us, this has to be celebrated. Because it's not for granted that we can do what we love to do, and we are able to do this because you support us, right? No big brands here, unlike the big BBC stream. So it's all you. Straight to the heart. It would be so heartbreaking if Moon is now falling apart. He is not the most consistent player. And let's be honest, he's a little bit older. Can he play a consistent series 5 maps in a row? Crazy high stakes. If you are in this lower bracket, you are facing elimination against a Colorful, a Life, a Lawliot, a Focus, a Sock. Those are all players who are in the lower bracket. Plus a Blade or a Starbuck. Holy, that lower bracket is so stacked. As the subs are still raining on us. Wait the fuck. Szanes, are you mental? There is a $100 donation. Szanes just coming in like that while the subs are still not over. What the? It's getting absurd, guys. This is getting absurd. The German community celebrated the streamer's anniversary yesterday with like 300 subs, and he had to do push-ups. It was quite hilarious. And now we are getting so much support here as well. 100 euros, man. Stunning. Stunning. Absolutely stunning. Almost getting emotional here. We're not missing anything of the game. It has started. But we have a little bit of a break here as we are behind a delay. Yeah, I like. I say this quite a bit, but I will never able to tell you what, like, to fully express what I feel when I see like Szanes tipped €100. Hi Toon has gifted 50 subs. Like, that is so much money. And I'm glad you enjoy it so much. Did you vote? Yes, of course. Early in the morning, right after breakfast, with a little bit of a walk connected to it. Great weather, great vibes. And I can tell, I will never not vote. It's a privilege. I will never not vote. Now I vote for Game Freaking 5, everybody. I vote for Game Freaking 5 between two former world champions, 120 and Moon. I said this at the beginning of the series. It's quite magical. when they face each other. It was magical at the very beginning of 120's pro career. It was magical when Moon thought, well, it is time to play mass fairies. And 120 said, okay, if it's time for you to play mass fairy dragons, then it's time for me to be the best fiend kiting player in the world. And I gotta throw you in here because for the first time this series we have a ghoul pull. And it worked! The entire series this wasn't done and it's a disaster for Moon. The Night Elves learned to position their Ancients of War more defensively from the camps, and the undead stopped doing these ghoul pulls where you send over your first ghoul, lure out the creeps, make them attack the Ancient of War for the creeps to cancel the Ancient of War. This makes it so that the undead doesn't get any lumber at the beginning of the game and has to go for a second necropolis, but in general, it's fine. Moon, as he wasn't faced with the ghoul pull 4 times, did not think about that on game 5. Great mind games by 120 and a huge win in the early game. How do you recover from that? The map is Autumn Leaves. It is Moon's map, but it is 120's early. This needs some heavy lifting when the momentum was already in 120's corner.
A player's forces are under attack.
DK is creeping this camp first. Interesting. Demon Hunter still the weapon of choice? What's the pathing here? Consciously moving out the middle. That's a little odd. He's too late for the creep spot, but he's right on time for the ghoul. There is a coil, of course, and the Demon Hunter's damage is not big enough. Moon has to go for an immediate harass as he has no units. Nor really the Ancient of War to creep. Now he does. So, how much heavy lifting can a Demon Hunter level 1 do without items? He always had a Ring of Protection this series. And it protected him well. Sometimes he even had 3. He can take mana away, he can take coils away. If you take coils away, he takes damage away, and that's creep speed. Hey folks, the WCC Season 2 is coming. Really hope every viewer will enjoy the tournament. Neo is doing a fantastic job on it. We will definitely provide a great show to everyone. For sure, man. It is such a pleasure to be working with you. And we'll try to catch the best games from the Chinese qualifier and the Korean qualifier and the CIS qualifier and the wildcard qualifier and the $21,000 main event, of course. 120. His tech didn't start yet, but he's aiming for an expert. Moon, seemingly aware of this, moving to the left-hand side. Tricky plays coming. Wait, he did not? Ah, he did. Go for an expert. Okay. Now the harass. Moon is hurt. Has to TP away from his own front yard! And takes the Shadow Priest away. This series is sliding out of 120 of Moon's hands. What happened between game 3 and 4? Moon lost all momentum. The DK is out leveling him hard. 120 adjusting. 120 getting ready. Microing. 1,000,000 times better than in the first 3 series maps of the day. And now Moon is under-leveled. And Moon is almost surrounded. He is! He has no TP anymore! The legend is completely falling apart. The necromancer dominance is back on the menu. The skeleton dies, but the ghoul doesn't. Gets denied now. And this is an Ancient of War cancel, a town portal, a hero, and an expansion against Moon. Utter disaster.
A player's forces are under attack.
120 brought his A game on map 4 and map 5 when it matters most. We have observed this in series versus Happy versus Lin. This man is so freaking clutch. And he's hungry for the Bursey, the ghoul block. Remember on Amazonia when Moon's body blocks were so good and that made the difference? Might be the case for 120 now as I praise him. He slips a little bit. Can't get the Naga. Too fishy, too squishy. But damage is done. Damage is done. And this Expo is unstoppable. Moon needs to flip the switch and start dominate. But how? Warcraft 3 is a pretty momentum-based game, and the momentum sees level 2.1 Demon Hunter, level 3.4 DK. All laws of Warcraft dictate that this is a 120 win. We need a miracle. And a DK kill would be such a miracle. There is no TP, but the Naga has no boots, so we can't chase. Moon is trying. Moon is fighting. The hunger for a winner bracket semifinal. The hunger for another good tournament performance right after WSB. But mistakes were made. And he knows about this Expo now. A little indecisiveness is mixing into Moon's performance now as well. Should I go for this Expo or not? Ah, it's finished. What can I do? No glaives this time. No APs this time. And now what do you do? If you leave Moon, if you leave 120 alone, he's leveling like crazy. If you're not leveling, you're not competitive in the fight. Stuck between a rock and a hard place. We have seen insane comebacks by Moon in the past, in his glory days. We got a sapper, but how to connect them? Pray. Pray for the sapper. 120 is not allowing anything though. Sapper moving. It's only one though. No way he scouts for this.
A player's forces are under attack.
Moon maneuvers the sapper to the other side. Dancing around each other. Unwilling to touch. Oh, I get this feeling. Sapper is here. 120 could have seen it. It's daytime. Distraction is there. Easy cancel. You didn't pray hard enough, everybody. Thoughts and prayers don't help. And 120 turns the series around from a 1-2 to a 3-2. He is the second undead in the winner bracket semifinal right after